Have you ever wondered how two young dreamers turned their love for computers into a company that touched almost every life on the planet? Imagine sitting in a small room with just a handful of people, a few old machines, and a dream so big that no one else could see it. This is the fascinating Microsoft success story, told in simple English so that you can learn English through story and step-by-step improve your English as you listen. Our story starts in Seattle in the 1960s. A young boy named Bill Gates grew up in a family that valued education and curiosity. Bill was different from other children. While his friends played outside, he often buried himself in books, solving puzzles, and exploring ideas. He was smart, yes, but more than that, he was restless. He wanted to know how things worked. Then came a turning point. At the age of 13, Bill Gates saw a computer for the very first time at his school. In those days, computers were not small laptops like today. They were huge machines that filled entire rooms. Yet, the moment Bill touched the keyboard, something magical happened. He felt as if he had discovered a new universe. At the same school, there was another student who shared the same passion, Paul Allen. Paul was older, but he and Bill connected instantly through their love for technology. They spent endless hours exploring computer systems, writing simple programs, and dreaming about what might be possible in the future. By the early 1970s, a revolution was quietly beginning. A new type of computer, called the personal computer, was about to enter the world. Most people didn't believe in it. They thought computers would always remain giant machines for scientists and big corporations. But Bill and Paul, they saw the future differently. In 1975, when a small computer called the Altair 8800 was released, Bill Gates and Paul Allen took their chance. They decided to write a program that could make the Altair useful. With almost no money, little sleep, and no guarantee of success, they worked day and night. And when they finally showed their program to the Altair company, it worked. That single moment opened the door for Microsoft. After the Altair project, Bill Gates and Paul Allen realized something very important. The world of computers was about to explode, and they needed to be ready. In April 1975, they gave their dream a name. They combined two words, microcomputer and software, and created Microsoft. At that time, nobody imagined this little company would one day become a global giant. In the beginning, Microsoft was not a luxurious office filled with hundreds of employees. It was just a small team of passionate young people, often working late into the night, surviving on coffee and ideas. What made them unique was not just their technical skill, but their belief that one day a computer would sit on every desk in every home across the world. Then came their golden opportunity in 1980. The legendary company IBM wanted to build a personal computer, but they had a problem. They needed an operating system. Microsoft did not yet have one. Still, Bill Gates made a bold move. He promised IBM that Microsoft could deliver. Without wasting time, he bought a simple operating system from another programmer, improved it, and sold it to IBM under the name MS-DOS. That deal changed everything. Millions of IBM computers went into the market, each powered by Microsoft software. But Bill Gates wasn't satisfied. He wanted computers to become easier, more friendly, and more powerful. Most people at that time had to type long commands to use a computer. Gates dreamed of a future where people could click on icons, open windows, and control their machines with just a mouse. That dream gave birth to Microsoft Windows in 1985. The first version of Windows wasn't perfect. Many critics said it was slow and unnecessary. But Gates and his team didn't give up. They kept improving it, releasing better versions year after year. By the 1990s, Windows had become the standard for personal computers. Schools, offices, and homes around the world were now running on Microsoft Windows. This was a turning point in the Microsoft success story. It was no longer just about technology, it was about changing the way human beings worked, learned, and connected. And as you hear this, you are also practicing English, because this is a chance to learn English through story in a natural way. Slowly but surely, stories like this will help you improve your English with real examples and inspiration.
By the early 1990s, Microsoft was not just successful, it was everywhere. If you walked into an office, you would find people typing on Microsoft Word, making calculations with Excel, or preparing slides in PowerPoint. These tools became essential in daily life. Students, teachers, businesses, everyone was depending on Microsoft products. Bill Gates, the young dreamer from Seattle, had now become one of the richest men in the world. But wealth was not the only thing that defined him. He was known for his discipline, his sharp mind, and his ability to see the future before others could. For many, he was the face of the digital revolution. However, with great success came great problems. Governments in the United States and Europe accused Microsoft of being too powerful. They said the company was crushing competition and controlling the market unfairly. For years, Microsoft faced lawsuits, fines, and heavy criticism. It was a tough time, but instead of breaking down, the company kept moving forward. Meanwhile, the technology world was changing. The internet had arrived. People were exploring new ways to connect, search, and share information. Microsoft entered this world with Internet Explorer, which quickly became the most used browser in the late 1990s. For a while, it looked like Microsoft would dominate the internet as well. But soon, new competitors like Google and Mozilla appeared, challenging Microsoft's dominance. In 2000, Bill Gates stepped down as CEO, though he remained active in the company. A few years later, he shifted his focus even more toward philanthropy. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he began working on solving global problems, eradicating diseases, improving education, and helping the poor. This was a different side of the man who once built the world's biggest software empire. But Microsoft itself was struggling in some areas. The company missed the smartphone revolution. While Apple's iPhone and Google's Android conquered the market, Microsoft's mobile phones failed. Critics started saying that Microsoft was losing its spark. Then came a new era. In 2014, Satya Nadella became the CEO. Nadella brought a fresh vision. He focused less on fighting old battles and more on building new opportunities. Under his leadership, Microsoft turned its energy to cloud computing with Azure, to collaboration tools like Teams, and to subscription services like Office 365. This transformation saved Microsoft and brought it back as one of the most valuable companies in the world. And so, the Microsoft success story teaches us that even the strongest companies face challenges. But with vision, courage, and the ability to adapt, success can return. So, what can we take away from this journey? The Microsoft success story is not just about technology, it is about vision, risk, and resilience. Bill Gates and Paul Allen believed in a future that nobody else could see. They took risks when they had nothing to lose but everything to gain. And even when they faced criticism, failures, and competition, they adapted and grew stronger. From this story, we learn 3 simple lessons. See the future before others do. Opportunities come to those who can imagine what the world will need tomorrow. Don't fear failure. Microsoft lost in mobile phones, but that failure opened the door to success in cloud computing. Use success to give back. Bill Gates showed the world that true wealth is not measured in money alone, but in how much good you can do for others. And just like the Microsoft success story, your own journey in learning English will take time, patience, and persistence. At first, it may feel slow. You may make mistakes. But every story you listen to, every new word you understand, brings you closer to fluency. That is the power of learning step by step. So, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing. Through stories like this, you don't just learn about the world, you also learn English through story and naturally improve your English without stress. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If this video inspired you and helped you practice English, then please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with friends who also want to learn English. Your support means a lot and helps us bring more powerful stories your way. Remember, great things start with small steps. Dream big, work hard, and never stop learning.